If you need help getting your life organized, let us help. Andy Willis joins us every month to give us some tips on things that we can do to make life just a little bit easier. And she is the founder of Good Life Organizing. So Andy, a very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in. Today we're talking about hoarding and what it is. So I guess let's start with giving an explanation of, now it's in the DSM,
Right.
so what it is, what the DSM is, and what this looks like.
Well, let's first talk about what hoarding isn't. Because
Okay.
I always have people call me and go, oh, I'm a hoarder. Don't tell me I'm a hoarder. And they're not. Because
Okay.
we all have a certain level of clutter in our house. And there's a typical normal level.
Right.
But hoarders and people that are chronically disorganized take it sort of to another level. So if you start with someone who is chronically disorganized, which is a term that's not as familiar as hoarding, but these are people who over a long period of time collect a large quantity of things. It could be papers, it could be objects, it could be shopping, things like that. And as much as they try to maybe cut down on what they have and declutter a little bit, it's very hard for them to do it themselves. Now hoarding, that takes it to a whole nother level. Hoarding is also the accumulation of a lot of stuff, but it's also acquiring but not getting rid of items that have no value.
Okay.
So those are the homes where you go in and you find a lot of trash on the floor.
Right.
Maybe there's animal feces, newspapers,
garbage,
piles and
yeah,
piles
yeah.
of things. And at that point it becomes dangerous.
Yeah.
Because they can't use the house the way they need it to use it. So you can't cook in the kitchen, can't sleep in the bedroom.
Yeah.
A lot of times hoarders will live on a 12-inch spot on their couch because
Right.
it's where they
And
can get to.
Yep.
So it's unsafe physically and it's also unsafe sanitary.
And now that it's in the DSM, a little bit about that this is actually now considered a disease.
Right. In the past, it has been a subcategory of OCD, and now the DSM, which is the manual that mental health professionals use to diagnose their patients, hoarding is its own separate diagnosis now.
Okay, so who does this all affect?
Well, the typical hoarder, there's not a typical hoarder.
Okay.
About 3 to 6 million people in the United States are considered to be hoarders,
Really?
and that's really a guess.
Okay.
And a hoarder can be anybody. It doesn't race, gender, socioeconomical level. It doesn't matter. It could be anybody.
Okay.
The one important thing to know is that hoarders are not lazy. Because we take, oh, just clean it up, just do it. It's not. There's something going on in the brain, and they have this unnatural attachment to their possessions,
Yeah.
and it's hard for them to do that.
And we see the TV shows, I mean, the on A&E and things like that, you know, hoarders. Is that real then? I mean, the show itself, I mean, is that
show-
really how people are
Absolutely.
acting or
Absolutely.
living their
now,
life?
What you see on TV is obviously some of the worst
Cases, right,
scenarios.
right.
Organizers actually use a clutter hoarding scale to rate people in their level of hoarding.
Okay.
It looks at 5 different aspects of the home, including safety and pests and things like that.
Okay.
So you could go from a 0 to a 5. What you see on TV is usually a 5.
Okay, and in our last minute or so here, how do people get help? Who can help?
Well, it takes a village. You know, definitely need to include a mental health professional, maybe an organizer, a cleaner, a hauler. Family support's really important. I would suggest going to the Institute of Challenging Disorganization's website.
Okay.
They have a lot of good free and low-cost resources.
Okay.
I also have a resource page on my website, goodlifeorganizing.net, that people can go to, and I have websites and books that would be of interest.
Okay, all right, well, very cool. It's very interesting, again, that it's in the DSM. I mean, makes you realize that this is a very important topic,
Yes.
and there are a lot of people affected by it.
Definitely.
So, Andy, thank you so much for coming in. We do appreciate it, and you can
Thank
get
you.
more information about hoarding and keeping organized from Andy at goodlifeorganizing.org or .net.
.net.
If you have anything in your life that you would like to get help getting organized with, you can just let us know about it. Send me an email. Andy will help you out in the next time that she comes in to join us. My email is on your screen, kwarnke@41nbc.com.